Hi, in this video I want to teach you how to crochet this summer blouse. It's very easy to do, and here is the list of material you're gonna need to make it. To make this blouse, this is the yarn I'm gonna use. They are 100% mercerized cotton, medium 4. The brand of these ones are Bernard Handicrafter, and this one is from Sugar and Cream. Each ball of this yarn have 50 grams, and this one had 400, but I used it already, so I have like 300 left. And the color of this is tangerine, hot green, black, and off-white. The crochet hook that I'm gonna use is 8 millimeter. You're gonna need tapestry needle and scissors. We're gonna start with a magic circle. And we're gonna chain 3, and we're gonna do 12 double crochet, and that counts as the first one. So you're gonna continue doing your double crochet until you have your 12, and then you're gonna pull the tail to close that circle, and you're gonna do a slip stitch in the third chain and here. After you finish that first row, you're going to pull the tail really tight, and you're going to go to the third chain, and you're going to do a slip stitch to close that circle, to create our first row and a circle. Now we're going to go to row number 2. Now for the next row, we're going to do a slip stitch in between the chain 3 and the first double crochet. You're going to do the slip stitch to bring that to the center, and you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. You're going to yarn over it, and we're going to do a Portuguese double crochet or a treble crochet. So you're going to pass it through 1, through 2, and through 2. You're going to chain 1, yarn over. You're going to go to the next space in between that double crochet and the next one here, and you're going to do the same. 2 together, pass it through 1, 2, and 2, yarn over, pass it through 1, 2, and 2. You're going to chain 1, and again to the next space in between this double crochet and the next one here, you're going to do the same. You're going to work this all the way around, and you're going to finish with a chain 1 and a slip stitch on the third chain on the top here. And then after that, we'll cut this yarn and we'll start working with the green. Here I chain 1. I'm gonna go to the third chain, do a slip stitch, chain 1, cut the yarn, and it's time to change color and start working the next row. For this next row, we're gonna be working in the chain 1 space in between here, the 2 together. So here I'm gonna pass my next color. And we're going to do 3 in the same space, so we're going to chain 3 first, and that counts as 1. Now we're going to do 2 more, and it's exactly the same stitch. Pass it through 1, through 2, and 2. So we're going to do another one in the same space. We're going to chain 1, and we're going to go to the next chain 1 space in here, and we're going to do 3 together. One, 2, and 3. You're going to chain 1, go to the next chain 1 space, and do the same. You're going to continue working this all the way around, and you're going to chain 1 and do a slip stitch on the third chain in here, And you don't gonna cut this yarn because the next row gonna be done exactly with the same color. Here I finish this row with a slip stitch and the third chain. Now we're gonna do 1, 2, and 3 slip stitch to go to the center of the chain space in here. You're going to chain 3, and now we're going to do 4 stitches in the same place. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're going to chain 1, and you're going to go to that chain space. It's now easier to see here, and you're going to do your 4 stitches together. This is a very slippery yarn. That's 2, 3, and 4. You're going to chain 1. You're going to go to the next space, and you're going to continue working 4 stitches in the same space all the way around, and you're going to chain 1, finish it with a slip stitch, chain 1, cut the yarn, and we're going to start working with the black color. Now with the black, I'm going to go to the space here, tie a knot, and we're going to do exactly the same stitch, but we're going to do 5 in the same space. So that's just 1, 2, and 3, and I'm going to do 4 more. That's 2, 3, 4, and 5. You're going to chain 1 and go to the next space and do 5 stitches in the same space, and you're going to do this all the way around, and you're going to finish with the chain 1 and a slip stitch in here, and you're not going to cut this yarn because we're going to do the next row with the same color, and after that we're going to be working with the off-white. Once you finish that row with the slip stitch, you're going to slip your yarn until the center here, and you're going to repeat exactly what you did in this row before, 5 in the same space with 1 chain between them of separation between the group of 5 all the way around, and make sure that you do them nice and loose, that way it sit flat. This row that you're gonna do. I finished that row and I work really loose, and it's as flat as the row before, even if they have the same amount of stitches. So now we're gonna cut the yarn and start working with it. Now with the off-white, we're gonna create a square. We're gonna make a square out of this circle. So you're gonna go to one of those chain space, and you're gonna tie your yarn. And now we're gonna chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. And in that space we're gonna do 3 more stitches for a total of 4. That's 1, so I count as 1, 4. That's 2, 3, and 4. Now the next space will be one of the corner. You're going to chain 2. So in here we're going to do a corner. So you're going to do 4 stitches, chain 2, and 4 stitches in the same space. That's 1, 2, it's a little bit bright, 3, and 4. You're going to chain 2, and in the same space you're going to do 4 more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're going to chain 2. You're going to go to the next space, and you're going to do 4 stitches in the same space. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're going to chain 2, and you're going to go to the next space, and you're going to do the same. You're going to do 4 stitches in the same space. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Chain 2. Now you're going to create the next corner in here. So you're going to do 4 stitches. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're going to chain 2, and you're going to do 4 more in the same space. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you're going to chain 2, and you're going to do 4 in the next space. You see, this is one of the corner. Just like this. You're going to do 4 in here, chain 2, 4 in here, chain 2. You're going to do the corner here, chain 2, 4 here, chain 2, 4 here, and the other corner here, and you're going to do 4 in here, chain 2, and a slip stitch in this. You have 2 groups of 4 in between the corners. When you finish that row, it will look like this. So now we're going to continue working with the off-white the rest of the piece. So we finished there with a slip stitch. Now we're going to do a slip stitch in the space in between the next 2 stitches, and we're going to chain 3. For now on, we're going to do just regular double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. We want to chain 1 more for separation, and in the space in between these 2 stitches we're going to do a double crochet, just a regular double crochet, chain 1, the next space a regular double crochet, chain 1, 1 regular double crochet, and that chain to the space, chain 1, go to the next space here, regular double crochet, chain 1, go to the space in between here, 1 regular double crochet, chain 1, another regular double crochet in here, chain 1. Now we are at the corner, we're gonna do 2 regular double crochet, chain 2, 1 and 2, and now again in the same corner we're gonna do 2 more regular double crochet. That's 1 and 2. You're gonna chain 1. Now you're gonna go to the space here in between those 2 stitches. You're gonna do a regular double crochet, 1, again a double crochet, and you're going to continue doing this all the way around. And it will look like this. And we're going to work the rest of the piece, like I said, with this off-white. So you're going to continue working all the way around, and you're going to finish it with a chain 1 and a slip stitch and the 3rd chain. This is how the square will look after that first row of double crochet. So you're going to measure this in your own body. You'll put it in front of you on your chest, from side to side, where the open for the arms on one side to the other side. So you will measure that from one of your blouse or sweater, or even in your own body you do that measurement. So I will work off camera with mine, and the repetition is going to be that last row repetition, this one here. That will be in the corner, 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet in the corners, and I chain 1 space and a double crochet in this chain space. Chain 1, a double crochet, chain 1, a double crochet. Like that, you're going to repeat that row all the way around. And remember, here to start this row you will have to do a slip stitch to go inside here. Okay, so I will give you the row starting in here. I will count through from here, and the measurements as well. I wanted to show you one more time. You do your slip stitch to the center of that stitch, that way you're in the center. You will chain 4, remember 3 for the stitch and 1 for separation, and you're gonna come here and you do your double crochet. And remember, this one is a size large, so I will let you know how many rows for mine. Just like that. Something that I wanted to show you is here in the corner where you did 2 and 2. In between these two you have to do a double crochet, otherwise you will be short of stitch. So you do your double crochet, you chain 1, and you go then right to the corner and you do 2 and 2. Okay, it's just the way you guys see every single details. Here I finished the square, and I did 3 more rows, a total of 4 of these ones, and a measure 46 centimeters or 18 inches. And now here I did my slip stitch. I'm gonna cut the yarn, and I'm gonna work separating the shoulder parts and making the color. Here I'm ready to do 2 rows of this stitch in the top before we separate the 2 straps, and I already lost all the tails. That way is easier later not to have too many tails to sew. So here I already attached my yarn in the corner, and I'm gonna chain 3, and I'm gonna go to the next double crochet, and right in that double crochet I'm gonna do a double crochet like that. Now I'm gonna chain 1, and I'm gonna go to the other double crochet, and I'm gonna do a double crochet right through that double crochet. Chain 1 and go and do the same. I'm not doing the double crochet in between because that way you'll be increasing, so I don't want to increase in here. I want to be straight. So you're gonna do this, and cotton yarn is not as flexible as acrylic, so it's a little bit difficult sometimes to pass your thick hook through like that, you see. So you're gonna do this row, and the next one the same. You're gonna chain 3, turn your work around and do exactly the same, and then after that you'll finish here, and then we'll be separating the 2 straps. Here I finished this row exactly the same I started. I finished here with a double crochet on top of this one and a double crochet right in the corner. Now you will chain 3, and you will do a double crochet on top of this one, and chain 1, a double crochet on top of this one, and like that until the end. Once you finish the second row, you're going to chain 3, and you're going to turn your work around. Now you're going to work on the first 9 double crochet. That way you separate the straps, and the color and the other strap with 9. Well, 9 for me. If you find that 9 is too wide, you can give it 8, but remember, then your collar will be too open. So if you find that the strap, the collar is too open, you can give it 10. It's up to you. For mine is 9. So I'm gonna work in my 9 double crochet for 6 row. 6 row for me, but you have to measure your arm because not everybody has the same thickness of the arm. So mine measure 18 centimeters, and you're going to be measuring from here, from the first row here. See those 2 rows that we just did? So from there up in the corner, you're going to measure your 18 centimeters or 19 or 20. It's up to you. So I did the other strap, and from here to here measure 18 centimeters. Okay, and when I finish the other one, the open for the color will be here. So after you finish this the straps, you're gonna do another square exactly the same as this one, and one option that you have is to do it just one color the piece for the back, and that's what I'm gonna do for mine. I'm gonna do it with the off-white completely the back, and I'm gonna leave just the color for the front. So go ahead and finish the 2 strap like this one, like this, and do another square just like this one, and then we just had to attach them together and create the sleeves. And sorry, I decided after I was doing those 2 rows for the separation of the color, I decided to do 2 more rows. That way the color is not as low as the front. So if you wanted to do it like the front, you go ahead, but if you wanted, you can add 2 more rows. So I will add these 2, and then the color will be a little higher in the back, and only have to do 4 rows at this for the back. Okay, so I'm sorry that I just, as I was designing, I decided to do those extra 2 rows. Here is the extra 2 rows that I did for the back. It's higher. So with the tail that I have here, I'm gonna close the 2 shoulders, and then after that I'll show you how you're gonna continue, and the pieces will look like this. Here you're gonna sew these stitches here, matching every single double crochet with the double crochet in the back, and the chain space with the chain space, because remember we had the same amount in the front and in the back strap. And here I already sewed this one together, and it look like this. To attach them together, this is what I did for mine, like this. So you're gonna go into the other side, put them the 2 together, and this is the back side. This is what it look like with one color. And you're gonna grab the 2 corners together here, and that is where you're gonna start. And these 2 corners here in the bottom, you're gonna grab your tail from the yarn, and you're gonna attach it here to one of the corners, and I'm gonna chain 1 and do a single crochet here. Now I'm gonna chain 1 for separation, and I'm gonna go to the other corner in the back piece, and I'm gonna do a single crochet in that corner. Chain 1 for separation. Now you go to this front piece, and here to the next space, it's this one here, and you're gonna do a single crochet. Chain 1, find the one in the back that is next, and you're gonna do a single crochet. Chain 1, go to this one that is next, this one here, and do a single crochet. You have to make sure that you do every single space, because happened to me that I have done quite a few on the other side, and I realized that I have left one behind without working, and I had to do that piece. Because if you don't attach them even at the top, you're gonna have one higher than other. So chain 1 and go find the next one and do a single crochet. and chain 1. Something else that I wanted to mention is, if you found that only one chain is not enough because it's too tight, you can give it a space of 2 chain, okay, and instead of 1. I'm gonna continue doing this until I get to this here. See, this was the other corner here. Until I get there, I'll finish there, and that's my separation for my arm. And after that, if you like, you can leave it like this without a sleeve, but if you would like it with a sleeve, I will show you how you can do it. Once you finish to close the 2 sides, it will look like this. And if you want to do sleeves, here I already have cut my yarn. I'm gonna attach it again. So if you want a sleeve, you don't need to cut your yarn when you finish closing under the arm. Or you can do this, what I'm doing right now, after you finish the 2 sides. You're gonna do a knot. Nice and secure. You're gonna come here where that yarn is, and you're gonna pass your hook, grab your yarn, do a loop, and you're gonna chain 3 plus 1, 1, 2, 3 plus 1. Now you're gonna go to the next space here, and you're gonna do a double crochet, chain 1, go to the next space and do another double crochet, chain 1, go to this double crochet here that is sideways, and do 1, another chain. See, you're going all the way around the sleeve doing this. So at the end you will do a slip stitch here, and I'll show you how you're going to do the next row, and from there you can take it all the way down to by yourself. And I recommend, after you have a piece done around the elbow, you will do 2 rows with the black, 2 rows with the green, and 2 rows with the orange, and then the rest you can do it with the off-white. Here I chain 1, I'm gonna count 1, 2, and then the third one I'm gonna do a slip stitch, and I finish that row, and like that you start the sleeve. Now you're gonna slip stitch to the center of the chain space. You're going to chain 3 plus 1, 1, 2, 3, and 1 for separation, yarn over, and you're going to go to that chain space from the row before and do a double crochet, chain 1, and again to that chain space here, again, and it will be like that. So you're going to continue doing this until you have the length that you desire for your sleeve. And you can change color anytime you like. I don't going to do any sleeve because I'm running out of my yarn, and I don't want to go to the store. Today the temperature is minus 45, and I'm just so lazy to go out. It's too cold. So I don't know, maybe later I will finish. I will do long sleeve. I don't know. See what I decide later. But you're going to continue doing this all the way around. You're going to finish here with a slip stitch. To finish that row, slip stitch to the center, and then continue like this to end your sleeve. To be honest, I tried it on, and the color at the back is a little too big for me. I don't know, maybe you try yours and it fit perfect, but for me it's a little bit too wide, and I just thought about it and I came out with a solution. So I came here to this is the back facing me, in here where that first row of the shoulder part, the strap start here, and I attach my yarn, and I'm gonna pass it through. I'm gonna chain 1, and now I'm gonna do a double crochet on top of each double crochet here, but without that chain space, and that create a more narrow color, and it's perfect. You see, 1 double crochet on top of each double crochet. I don't want it to leave you guys hanging, you know, like with this little problem as mine, because this cotton yarn tend to open up like that. So I wanted to make sure that you guys finish with a good product at the end. So you're going to continue a double crochet in top of each double crochet, and you see it there to take a shape. And you can do this too in the front if you like, if you find that it's too wide in the front. Okay, and this is the last one. You're going to chain one like you did the chain one in the beginning, and you're going to find here, you see that double crochet, and here you're going to do a slip stitch. You're going to chain one, cut the yarn, and lose those tail, and then thread it on. If you have to do the same in the front, go ahead and do that in the front as well. And it's now perfect. This is the amount of yarn that I have left, and like you see, I don't use a lot of the color ones. The one that I used the most was the off-white, that I don't have enough for the sleeve. But remember, I already had used that ball of yarn before. This is how the back look like. Look really nice. If you want this a very short crop top, I recommend not to do those extra rows that I did here, you know, right from the corner. And instead to do those extra, just do the strap, and you don't have to do those extra that I did here. Only that 1, 2, 3, 4 from there up. You do the strap, and it will be shorter. So now I'm going to show you the front and to see how it well here like. Is the front, and look really nice, and it will look even better if you do the sleeve and you do some of the color from that front there on the sleeve. It will be more uniform, the color. And if you want it shorter, like I mentioned before, you will skip those 2 rows that I did here for extra. You'll do it right from the corner there. You start doing the strap, and you do only 4 in here, and that way it will be shorter. But I like it this with this length, and that is, everybody have different tastes, and I like it like this. So I hope you guys like it too, and give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you are not already a subscriber. And if you make this blouse and you want to send me some pictures, you can do it through my Facebook page, Ruby Stedman, or you can find me in my Instagram, Ruby Stedman Crochet. I wish you have a beautiful day. Bye.